Welcome guys. Today we're going to do a bit more ranked ladder, and I've just updated my my black-white aggro deck, usually known as Michiko's Maulers. Now unfortunately Maul of the Skyclaves is rotated out of standard, very sadly. We have a replacement, however, and we have a little clue as to what it is there. So if we scroll down, we've got Mask of Grizzlebrand. I think I did try this out in my last video. We only have one copy of this, but it's sort of, I suppose it's there for symbolic reasons, and it's and for the alliteration. I think that's very important. And we're going to try out a few new cards now. The other crucial card that's rotated out is, for this deck, is Portable Hole. We've lost all 4 portable holes, so I'm feeling I need some replacement removal. And also the other thing is we've lost the Pathway lands, and you might notice here I'm not playing any tap lands at all. This is, so if we count the number of sources, we're going to have 13 black sources and 13 white sources. So that's actually a little bit iffy for casting our spells. So now there is a card that actually fixes both of these problems. It's called Ominous Parcel. It can, early game, you can find a basic land. Late game, it's more removal. It's 4 damage. It's a big mana sink though. It costs a lot of mana. You can't rely on this as removal. So mainly this is just a well, for one thing, it's going to sit there and be an artifact, which is quite handy for this deck, because this is of course an Artichantments deck with payoffs for playing both types and multiples of. Obviously, we've got Michiko's Reign of Truth, where it pumps your creature for according to the number of artifacts and enchantments you control. But we also have Assassin's Ink, which reduces it gets a cost reduction for having an artifact, and again for having an enchantment. So it's pretty good. It's usually going to be 2 black. Instant destroy target creature or planeswalker. I think that's good value. Yeah, so I'm going to try running 2 Ominous Parcels to start with, and we've got other artifact removal cards. So we're going to try Ninja's Kunai. That does 3 damage. You need to equip it to a creature and tap the creature. So it's like a grand total of 3 mana and tap a creature. And then we've got Silverbolt, which is also 3 damage. You don't need to attach it to a creature. It kills werewolves in one shot. Occasionally I play a werewolf deck, and this is going to be a grand total of 4 mana to do its thing. I figure let's try it out. We've got Citizen's Crowbar in the tryout slot. We've got one of those. I've actually dropped down to 1 Hand of Enlightenment. Because I think I had to put, I wanted to put a 4th Michiko in the deck, but I figure if we've got 2 Ominous Parcels, we can cut one of these eras. Which is, the main thing is the scry. It's step 1. We've got 1 Lion Sash. I think I'd play 2 of these if I could. So this is graveyard removal, but it's also pumping up. An equipment card that pumps itself up. You can attach it to something. So it's quite an interesting card. It's another mana sink. So theme so far, we've got quite a few mana sinks, and it might be too many. But I think we'll just see how it goes. Yeah. Spirited Companion, got 4 copies. Blade of the Oni, we've added a second one of these. This is another big mana sink. It costs 4 to reconfigure here. This gives us, when you equip it, it makes your creature 5/5, and it has Menace. So a nice bit of evasion. We've got 2 Life of Toshiro Umezama. And I've actually, tell you what, I've got got an idea. I think we'll go up to 4 of these. We drop 2 Akiba Reckoner raids, and my reasoning is we only have 13 untapped sources of black. We can't cast Akiba Reckoner raid that consistently on turn 1. So I think this is the situation where Life of Toshiro it starts to be slightly better than Akiba Reckoner raid, and I think we should play 4 copies of it. And I guess we'll see if there are 1 toughness creatures we can blow up. I know that there's that annoying white creature that taxes all of our non-creature spells for 1. You know the one. 2/1 first strike. Name escapes me. We've gone down to just 1 Nezumi Prowler. It's kind of... I like Nezumi Prowler. It's a way of getting lifelink. It's... but at the moment with the deck, we don't actually have that much evasion. I mean, these guys, the Akiba, the Rat Rogues have got Menace. Blade of the Oni's got Menace. It'd be nice to have like a really cheap 1 mana flyer or something like that, but we don't have that at the moment. That would suddenly make these guys much more effective. You could so you can use the Ninjitsu more often. But I think maybe 1 copy's still quite good. We're running a full complement of Virus Beetles, 4 of these. This is my version of the Liliana Planeswalker. This is doing the Liliana. It's doing a it's making my opponent discard, so it's adding some value. I'm going to try 1 Reckoner Bankbuster, and you'll note this is another mana sink. It's so it's going to be 4 mana to basically to draw that first card, sort of to play it and to tap it. I'm going to see if we can get away with 1 of these to give us a little bit of a mid-game boost if we've not broken through. We have 2 Wedding Announcements. Good card. We have the Mask of Grizzlebrand. We're going to try 1 Circuit Mender. Just kind of a solid card. Not that exciting, I think. It's not really an aggro card, so I'm not sure why it's in the deck. But I've got Getaway Car, so it could combo with Getaway Car. I'm quite excited with that. Getaway Car can also combo with your Virus Beetles and your companions, so that seems like a bit of fun. And then we've got the 4 Assassins Inc. And then we've just got the land base. We've got a couple of the legendary lands. So that is what the deck we're trying out today. We will try it out on the ranked ladder, and we are back in gold. I think we're in gold 3. The best of 1 ladder. It reminds me I ought to do a video doing best of 3 standard. That could be quite interesting. Right. Yes, we keep this one. We've got black and white lands. Lots of white cards, actually. What are we up against? Oh, lots and lots of different colours. So that's giving him blue. This is going to be a domain deck, isn't it? Because these count as all the different basic land types. This is quite lucky. We're getting to play against something quite interesting. I think we go companion first, or do we? No. Let's Era of Enlightenment and get that cooking, as it were. I think Virus Beetle is good. I think we can get rid of the planes. I think that's okay. Fable, yeah. Right, now, what do we do to take care of this shaman? Because this actually makes a 2/2 creature, the Crowbar, and then it's potentially I can blow up the Fable. Because the Wedding Announcement's only going to make a 1/1. I think this might be the best move. And it gets an artifact in place, so Assassin's Ink is cheaper. The Celestus. Okay, he's got a lot of draw and discard. Leyline Binding of all things. So yeah, he's hit his 4 basic lands. He can play that for 2 mana. And he's got my Crowbar. Oh well. So, what we can say, we forced him to use a removal card. And his shaman gets through. He did hit a 4th land, that's very good. So, we could double spell, I think, Companion and Virus Beetle. And then, possibly next turn we play Wedding Announcement, attack with 2 things, draw a card off it. But we've got to be aware of this Goblin Shaman. It might do something impressive. I think we'll hit you for 1. He's discarded a Bankbuster, so there goes some of his potential card advantage. And we have a 2/2 first strike to block with. He might not want to attack. Oh, he's got Leyline Binding number 2 to take out my blocker. Okay. Could double block here, but I want to attack with 2 creatures and draw with Wedding Announcement. So we'll let him get some mana. So he's actually, I've got to remember, this is mana as well, the Celestus, so that's 3 mana he can play. We're in daytime, so if somebody does no spells during a turn, it will go to night, and he'll be able to draw and discard and gain a life point with his Celestus. Now, we do have Michiko's Reign of Truth. So we could Assassin's Ink his blocker, and Michiko would add us, I think it would give +3 a modest +3/+3, right? On the other hand, I think, yeah, I don't think it's a lot. I think we'll try Assassin's Ink on the blocker. Oh. Negate main deck. That's fair enough. No, that's absolutely fair. I've never used the Takenuma. Do we play this as a land? So I think we will use Michiko's Reign of Truth to punch through for a bit of damage. Maybe with the Virus Beetle. I'll go ahead and play the Takenuma, because we do have a deck, as we've been discussing, we've got a deck full of mana sinks, so... Aha! Enchantment creatures you control have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. Okay. And he's got the ultimate, he's got the best enchantment creature. Oh yeah, and the Leyline Bindings, of Great. Now this is fantastic because I've sort of seen screenshots of this card and little recommended YouTube videos, maybe playing this card, but I didn't watch any of them yet, obviously. But yeah, this is, if someone's playing Leyline Binding and lots of lands, yeah, they're probably playing Zur. Do we kill this guy? I'm going to do no blocks. Which one are we swinging in with? Maybe the token creature. I think we'll swing in. Yeah, let's swing in with the token. It's not going to do much good. Okay. Are we dead next turn? We might be. Yeah. Fancy swinging in like that. So I'll swing in with two creatures. Copy a, you can just copy a Leyline Binding. Nice. Okay, that's a really nice combo. I was thinking I could have played Life of Tashiro to pump the Virus Beetle. It would have made a bit more sense, actually. We will play a Wedding Announcement. We should draw two cards off it because we still got two things attacking. I think at this point we just need life points. I mean, that's the only thing that's going to be worthwhile as well. We'll see if we can just survive. But yeah, I guess for future reference, we need to hold our removal for this guy. It's absolutely insane if we see this kind of deck. Doesn't get trample though, does it? So let's block a 6/6 and let's see if we're dead. 1/1. Okay. I think we'll gain 2 life. We've got 2 blockers. This will make another blocker. I think we're probably dead. Well, that's going to be negated. Okay, 2 negates. This game, nice. That's, gotta say, that's a good draw. That has worked out well for him. The Shaman did enable a lot of plays, I think. I think there was I did have a chance to just double block it with 2 1/1s, which might have been the right call here, because it's just let him really just vomit out all of his cards. Let's see what happens here, because yeah, I'm pretty convinced I can't win at this point. Actually, I was going to get a creature, so I could have blocked him on the ground. I think 3 damage was going to get through, though, wasn't it? Yeah. There wasn't. I don't have a board sweeper, so there's really no way out from that situation. Same again, I think. If we want a sweeper that's an artifact, we can. I do have a Khan's Silex, which could be pretty good, and I think that stops people. It stops people paying life as a cost. I think. Oh yeah, there's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason I can't play that, because of course, my mask involves paying life. Okay, we've got one of the Akiba Reckoner raids we can play turn 1. That's worked out quite well. We just hope we can draw land number 3. There it is. There it is. Right, we've got blue. This is going to be the that little blue creature that becomes the 3/2 flyer deck, won't it? So he's got Fading Hope, Spell Pierce, lots and lots of very cheap, efficient spells. Delver of Secrets is the name of the dude. Right. We'll go ahead and Virus Beetle and see if that gets countered. It did. Did indeed. So it might be a case of... okay, there's Delver of Secrets. His 1 mana count spell is Spell Pierce. He has discarded 1. So we want to... we could take a risk and do a Wedding Announcement. Assuming he doesn't have another Spell Pierce. Or we could get a decent sized creature out. And then we're going to be racing quite well. But we've got loads of land. We can do a double spell next turn. I think we just have to hope he doesn't have Spell Pierce number 2. Fingers crossed. He had a Consider. Okay, so he's going to use that to flip his Delver, I believe. Because, yes, you can just look at the top card. I don't think it does flip the Delver, does it? Let's look at the top card, and you can put it in the graveyard, and then you draw a card. So you can't fix the top of your deck. Yeah, it has flipped. Yeah, that's right. Otherworldly Gaze is the thing that flips things. Right, I think it's a fool's errand to try and Assassin's Ink his creature. I think we will swing in with both creatures. I like the idea of Nezumi Prowler on the Road Captain. He's probably got a bounce spell for the Nezumi Prowler, that's the only thing. He's down 1 Fading Hope, I think he'll definitely have 3 more. We'll take a risk, we'll target the Nezumi Prowler, see if he does have that bounce spell. We've got through, so that's good. That's bought us a turn. And we'll play Blade of the Oni. Okay, Spectral Adversary. That's another flyer for 2. It's 2/1. It does something like phase things out. Is that right? Yep. Okay. We should draw a card off Wedding Announcement. Oh, that's very interesting. What we like to see is him tapping mana on his turn and having less cards in his hand. Another Delver. Good. He's down to 1 card. 1 card, 1 mana, I mean, of course. This is actually perfect. Okay, I'm going to play my Swamp because, well, Spell Pierce is the thing, I suppose, to consider. So Life of Toshiro. I think we could pop the Adversary. I think I'll pop this Delver. It's bound to flip next turn, and it's a blocker. It can block a Prowler and trade off if he wants. Getting a Sure Up. So he has tapped out. Now, how are we going to take advantage of this? Because we could go Akiba and Michiko. Which is pretty cool. We could Assassin's Ink that aberration if we wanted. I think we get a lot of value out of Michiko though. And his life total is under some threat here. So just remember, play Akiba Reckoner Raid first. We do have a menace creature, so we just Michiko on the menace creature. It's quite a lot of damage. And we'll attack like that. We could keep the token back. 12, 13. You can just block the token and survive. So just keep the token back. And he has to block the Prowler and trade off. And we'll draw another card. And we've got another -1/-1 next turn as well, so the Spectral Adversary's days are numbered. My guess would be this guy's going to get bounced now, so let's get -1 on the adversary. He doesn't have any blockers. I think, yeah, I'll go for the human because obviously that's 4 damage. This can have lethal as well, so he's got to deal with both of them. That's getting a Sure Up again. Interesting. Oh, I could have done Assassin's Ink in response, couldn't I? That's shows you how good Toshiro is. That's taken 2 of his defense cards out. So that's getting a Fading Hope. Okay. All right. Let's get a Scry for 1. So yeah, we missed, I believe we just missed lethal. The responding with Assassin's Ink to kill that blocker would have won us the game there. But never mind, I think we've still got this one in the bag. And interestingly, yeah, you see, I just thought for a second, we can Blade of the Oni and we can reconfigure to give him Menace. Because we have just enough mana. Yeah, we did it. So I think we can say there, putting the 4 Toshiros, that really lets us prey on the Delver of Secrets deck a bit. It's just because it's getting 2 bites of the cherry. Couple of chances to kill a 1 toughness creature, so that's pretty exciting. Goal today, we're going to try and get our 4 wins. So that's our first win. And I think I let game 1 drag on a little bit. I think I should just concede those games and try and get things moving. So this is kind of a slowish hand. It's like, this isn't really an aggro hand, but we will keep it. So, yeah, turn 2 Bankbuster. I think I'll play this as a tap land. I think that makes sense. If you might want to do something. 2. Yeah, okay, so Bankbuster feels the most mana efficient play, but this is keep the Reckoner Raid will be a bit more aggressive. Nice, he's got a little... Okay, I bet you this is a Ninjitsu deck. So this is a nice little cheap 1/1 flyer, which can make Ninjitsu work. I think we'll go with a wedding announcement here. Next turn it might just be a Kiba and draw a card, I think. Let's see what horrifying thing comes out of his hand. It's a Prosperous Thief. Yeah, that's the best, maybe the best early one, because it gives you treasure. You can ramp stuff up. But we've hit a removal spell. We've got Life of Toshiro. That's a very good thing to find. We don't know if he could have Spell Pierce, of course. We just experienced a deck with Spell Pierce. It's fresh in the memory, so we'll play our land first, then we'll play Life of Toshiro. So this is another deck where Toshiro will get to shine, and just pop those cheap flyers. Now the only thing is we don't have a good defense against Prosperous Thief. We might have to just let him get another treasure. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of options here. Draw with the Bankbuster, play the Akiba Reckoner Raid, or play Michiko, and this already does quite a lot of damage, because you've got 1, 2, 3, plus itself 4. Yeah, I think this puts him on a clock. He might have the bounce spell in his hand, but at least that's him using up a resource. Because then, of course, I wouldn't have a creature. Oh no, I would have a creature. Of course, I have a wedding announcement token for next turn. So we'll let him get a treasure. That's okay. Okay, I could gain 2 life. I think I'll pump one of my tokens. Which token is this pumping? That's pumping that token, so you can just hover over it and see the arrow. You want to pump the other token. But of course we're very vulnerable to the bounce spell here. We're kind of expecting that to happen. Spectral Adversary. Just seeing this guy. And is he gonna pay 3? He's gonna pay all his treasures and do something. Now, right, yeah, because he's paid 6 mana. He's gonna phase both of these guys out. That's a pretty good move. But the good news, tokens don't get removed from the game, at least when they get phased out. So that's something. But he is completely tapped out, and I think this is where we just Assassin's Ink his 4/3 flyer, because that's a bit scary. And we'll just draw with this now, and see if we top deck a land we can play. Okay. That was a pretty good Spectral Adversary move there. I haven't seen this be super effective yet, but that was definitely, that stopped about 8 damage coming through, so that was very impressive. That's okay. That one's getting an Infernal Grasp. Fair enough. He's getting through again, making a treasure. sagas become creatures. Couple, yeah, we have some impressive creatures now. Now, I think Spirited. He's got 4 cards in hand. I think I fancy drawing some cards. I'm going to play Spirited Companion. Okay, we've got a land. That could also be removal. But I like having land too much. Okay, conceded. Yeah, so I could have done with 3 mana, keep a Wreck and Raid, and draw off the Bankbuster. I think would have been pretty good there. So yeah, two decks in a row with 1 toughness creatures there. So Toshiro's looking pretty good in those situations. Okie doke. Let's keep that. Blossoming Sands. Let's go for a Plains. The Naturalist, right, here we go. Got plenty of land. I think what we could do is just trade off with Blade of the Oni if he tries to attack. It'll probably slow him down. He might use removal on this. Okay, yeah. Play the Wedding Announcement and the Michiko's Reign of Truth to pump it up. Okay, yeah. It's a good turn 3, isn't it? 5-point life swing. We did draw the Silver Bolt, but look how we're 1 mana short of being able to use it. So something is getting pumped up next turn. I don't think we can kill both these creatures, unfortunately. But we could... It's quite interesting. We get quite close. We need a 1 mana enchantment, don't we? Right. Yeah, because I'm thinking it's pretty good to Assassin's Ink the Naturalist at this stage. So that's what I'm going to do, because he's obviously going to gain a lot of life off of that. I'm not going to chump block the human, so I'm going to swing in and hit him. So that's getting, yeah, it's only getting to 3/3. That's not the worst thing in the world. And this is a creature next turn, and we've weathered the storm of his first Michiko, but he has a second Michiko. Okay, and that's going to get him to 7/7. Okay, sure. Now he's got 3 creatures. Okay. We have enough mana to use a Silver Bolt. This is where we definitely get Life of Toshiro cooking and can start eating creatures. So can lose a companion, and that's going to make the Michiko a bit smaller. This flips next turn, so it becomes kind of irrelevant. So maybe I should have used that last turn, but there you go. I would have had to take another big lifelink hit. I think Virus Beetle's pretty good here. So these are both going to pump these to 4/4 next turn. we could double block one of them, couldn't we? We have to chump block one of them. There's no option. So I think Virus Beetle makes him lose one of those cards. Yeah, he had an extra land. If he's got a removal card, there, and I attack. Yeah, I think we will stay back because this pumps one of these to 4/4 maybe, and we could potentially double block it and kill it, which is, you know, that we're kind of in emergency situation at the moment. All right, yeah, only one of them's getting pumped to 4/4. That's the good news. Oh, circle of confinement, okay. So he did have removal. No, he has 2 removal, sure. Bye-bye Virus Beetle. 5 damage through. And they're too big to kill with this, which is a shame. Let's gain 2 life then. That's the only option that works. This costs 4. We can only have 5 mana out. But it makes... This is free because we're going to have to Assassin's Ink somebody, right? That costs 3, and then that's a chump blocker. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Do that. Assassin's Ink that. Nice to use Eiganjo to kill somebody, but it's sort of not going to happen, and so that's going to have to be a chump blocker. Okay. So the only problem is, yeah, he's got another Michiko. But we'll see if he can win this turn. Commune with Spirits. Ah, that's a good one. That might find the win. Spirited Companion, which might find the win. Just let it through, I think. These decks aren't really known for instant speed, pumping, or direct damage, so I think you can sit on 1 life point. Right, this is expensive for removal. That costs... So we could do a companion and a silver bolt shot. We could do a companion and a wedding announcement. We have to block everything. So this gives us... Doing these 2 gives us 2 blockers. Doing this and this... Well, doing this first. This is obviously necessary. Four blockers. So we're going to essentially have... I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm going to play the wedding announcement because we want one of those cooking, I think. But we're going to do sort of 3 chump blocks here, and we'll just see. He might draw, you know, circle number 3, but he got to touch the spirit realm, therefore he wins. So we just concede. Anyway, that's a interesting game. It came down to Yeah, we'd have got more value out of our Toshiro if we'd played him first and blown up the token, because then he would have blown up the next token before the wedding announcement flipped. But it meant he would have got through with an extra point of damage and gained 5 extra life from using his from getting another swing with the monk. But that, that might have just been enough for me to, having one less creature, I might have been able to stabilize the game a bit more. So here we do have early creatures. Evolved Sleeper, yeah. This is another great one to pop. If you're on the play, of course, and you're up against it, you can deal with it a lot easier. But unfortunately, he gets pumped up to 2/2 pretty quickly usually. Right, the underdog. So this isn't looking too good. I think play Blade of the Oni. Not the best thing to combo with Nezumi Prowler, but what we can do is say no blocks, and we can enter into a race. So yeah, he's swinging for 7 next turn, potentially 9 next turn. We could gain 3 life with the Nezumi Prowler pet play. So it doesn't quite add up, I think, here. We'll play our land. We've got a Getaway Car as well. We could Virus Beetle. Now I think that maybe the big play we go for here is just, yeah, play a Virus Beetle, or maybe a Getaway Car. Play a Virus Beetle. I think we're gonna go for the Michiko Nezumi Prowler play next turn. So we are going to just swing with this. I don't think he can kill me next turn. And we're going to aim for a big life swing of some kind. But he might. It relies on him not having removal. And he does have 2 cards left. So in other words, it's a huge gamble. But I think we're not doing great. I mean, okay, Blade could trade with maybe the Trespasser. That's going up to 2/2. No blocks. Knight of Dust Shadow, okay. Menace creature. Another Michiko. He has 1 card left, which could easily be cut down, which would kill Blade of the Oni in response to me trying to do Michiko. Your opponents can't gain life. That's another little detail that is problematic. Okay. We don't have removal for that, so that's a shame. That is a shame. That pumps for 3, that pumps for 4. So we could get through for 10 damage. Does this have... This has Menace as well. We're just going to die next turn as well if we don't block. I don't think we can attack with... yeah, I've thought for too long and it's his turn, so yeah, just concede. Boom. Never mind. Yeah, the fact, yeah, that stops people you gaining life, that kind of killed my plan. I could not think of an alternative line. Okay, we'll get to try out the kunai this game. Play it turn 1. It gives the game away a little bit, but we need to spend our mana. Ah, Caves of Koilos, very interesting. We do not have this painland yet. Underdog into the graveyard, okie doke. Sort of hope it's an evolved sleeper again, and then I can pop. Another underdog. And so we've got Getaway Car with the Beetle, bouncing the Beetle back and swinging in for 4. We can shoot the underdog with the kunai for 2 mana. If I can hit 4 land, I can do a double Toshiro and kill the underdog. I can Michiko for 3 and swing for 4 damage with this. I think I want to try this Getaway Car idea. It seems interesting. And he can just block it, that's fine. Means the Getaway Car has done something useful. Two, 3 life linker. So, yeah, we can't kill it with a double Toshiro. And we won't play the Michiko, but we'll equip the kunai. Does that mean he's got 3 underdogs in the graveyard now? So he's missed a land drop. So that's 5 mana we've got to. It's weird because, yeah, we want to be a bit more proactive and attack with my dudes. But I'm going to be... Yeah, okay, because I want to be proactive, I'm going to play both my lives of Toshiro. And we'll pump this guy up. And if he does removal on him, we'll shoot the missionary in response. So we've got we'll have an alternative play. Yeah, he got cut down. So shoot the missionary. We'll hold the other life of Toshiro. He's hit land number 3. It's a 3 mana creature, a 3 toughness creature, unfortunately, but okay. So yeah, we just gain 2 life. This thing, this gets creatures and planeswalkers back. And he's just got rid of my creature, unfortunately. But you do get to mill 3 cards, which is quite interesting. I feel like I want to do this at the end of his turn and see if I hit anything. Need to find some action of some kind. Oh, I didn't do anything, so it went to night time, so that is now 4/4. So the artifacts are going away. Missionary, okey-doke. We'll, yeah, resolve that. So I've never actually channeled this before, it's pretty exciting. I just don't have that many creatures in this deck, so this might be a terrible idea. Okay, we've got the companion. Could be worse. That lets us draw into something, maybe. Another spirited companion. Well, that's not bad. Let's do that again. I think we play a land. I think we gain 2 life points with this card. Okay, that's going away. So he's probably got removal for this guy. So potentially we're losing 2 creatures to a removal spell here, but we're forcing him to use removal on Toshiro. So that's my argument. He could get a 2-for-1, but it's okay. Wandering Emperor can give him first strike. Nice, okay.
I've got new moves to teach you.
View the battlefield again. So I think we're just going to do double Michiko. I don't think we need to pump this anymore. It's obviously going to get pumped a lot by Michiko, so... Sky, so yeah, that's a good one to. It's got a really good death trigger, that one.
Let your blade do the talking.
Sure, we'll do that one. Didn't cast anything, so that has transformed. So it's looking like we've lost now, and I could probably concede. But you see, this is the downfall of Toshiro. Wasn't effective this game. Didn't find any targets. Yeah, another big flyer with lifelink as well. I think I'll just see what I top deck, but I don't think that I don't really have a card that can do the job. So 4/4. I'm just going to say good game there. Right, are we going to change the deck a little bit? I think it's probably good to review the deck every so often. Right, I'm just trying to rack my brains for the enchantments and artifacts that might be good. So actually, Circular Confinement would be a direct, more of a direct replacement for the removal card I was talking about. And it would be more effective than Toshiro in more situations, but because I'm considering this an aggro deck, we kind of want the cheap version of the removal. Candle Trap is even cheaper, but they get to have a chump blocker. Quite like Cloudsteel Kirin because it's got flying. But I kind of want to combo that with something to Touch the Spirit Realm we could try as well. How about I've never tried this card. Okay, I'm going to put 3 copies in. We'll keep 1 copy of Circular Confinement. We know that that's good. As soon as you get into sort of the 3 mana, 4 mana spells, then you're playing. I feel you're playing a mid-range deck, and the focus of this deck is aggro. Tribute to Hirobi is kind of fascinating. Give my opponent rat tokens. It's another thing with flying, so it goes well with our friend, the Nezumi Prowler. We have just put in a vast number of enchantments. We're in the expensive enchantments now. Eater of Virtue is another way you can go. That is a nice cheap equipment card. Okay. So, yeah, we just added 4 Tribute to Hirobi and 4 removal enchantments. So, we've seen what Toshiro can do, and it is really good. I think we now drop all of these, just to try something different. But we do know how good that is, and we can bring that back in if we feel we need to. And then we kind of struggle to drop more enchantments. I think we'll drop the last 2 Reckoner Raids. It's a good. Oh, don't get me wrong, that's a fantastic aggro card. I think, yeah, we want to try something different, so we'll drop, yeah, I guess drop a companion. We'll drop Era of Enlightenment and a companion. And we'll have the kind of slightly janky artifact combo. We'll keep that for the moment. So it kind of feels a bit janky at the moment, but Tribute to Hirobi, it makes 2 rat tokens that eventually you control, so, and you get a flyer, a 3/3 flyer out of it, so I think it might be a pretty good card. I think you've got to try it. So, yeah, we're going to see Tribute to Hirobi right away. Very happy. We'll just see what use my opponent can make of the rat tokens I'm giving him. The worst thing would be to run into these an Oni-Cart Anvil deck. Any sacrifice deck would be horrible. Okay, Jukai Visionary, lots of different land types. I think we have an idea what might be coming here. We know what this guy does. He just ramps out land. So let's slow this guy down with Circle of Confinement. We'd have another land. Right, so the aggressive thing to do well, we could get Tribute to Hirobi cooking, but we can double spell next turn. We can do a couple of 2-drops. I think we'll play our evasion creature first and try and get damage through. It is obviously slightly stupid with that's just getting bounced, right? That's okay. Yes, that's right. Good removal card, I think. 4 mana to put it on the bottom of the library. Right, he's got 4 cards in hand. He knows. I've got Blade of the Oni coming. I think, just because this is so silly, because next turn he'll have 2 rat tokens and they'll be able to double block my Blade of the Oni. That would be so silly. I think we play the Bank Buster now. Yeah. So next, let's see. So these are the Esper colours: blue, black, white. He also has green. And he's doing a 2-point card draw at the end of his turn. Okay. He does have red as well, so he's doing. Looks like he's going for the domain thing. He's hit 5 domain right now. He's got lots of untapped land. I think Michiko's quite risky. I'd say swing with Blade of the Oni. We'll play Tribute to Hirobi. Oh, it's Leyline Binding. What a surprise. And it's going to target something. It's going to target... Only exiles target artifact or creature. This Touch the Spirit Realm. That's fine. So he's going to do that. And he's going to get a rat token. It's perfectly fine. We'll end the turn there. We know that these end up being big creatures later. If he's got his card, we'll draw with our Bankbuster. Interesting, very interesting. So I think this deck can play like an aggro deck, but it can also slow down a bit. We could remove Leyline Binding now, give him some more rat tokens. Right, the Ominous Parcel guarantees us a land drop, which seems pretty good. Let's do that. Let's swing in with the Blade of the Oni, see if anything bad happens to it. We will Ominous Parcel. And that will give us the mana to use our Bankbuster again. I think I like having a bit more black mana when I've got an Assassin's Ink in hand. Seems to make sense. Yeah, we're just gonna draw cards with that mana. Do we need to exile his graveyard? I don't think so, to be honest. Duress, okay. That's sort of not good, but we'll have to take that on the chin. He's going to get one of my removal spells, I would guess. It was, yeah, Touch the Spirit Realm's gone. Drag to the bottom. Each creature gets -X/-X. Okay. Fair enough. He's gonna sweep the board. Yeah, that is of course the domain sweeper. Oh, it's X+1, so it's -6/-6 is the top end of that one. Very nice. We've hit a land drop. We'll play out a creature. And we will... I think we'll play I think we can play a Silver Bolt. I think that's all right. next, and end the turn. The Kami War of all things. Okay. Exile target, non-land permanent, and opponent controls. Yeah. Yeah, this is the ultimate Kami War deck, isn't it? What are we scared about him recycling? Yeah, we'll use this and exile something. Maybe the drag to the bottom, or well, Silver Scrutiny would probably just be very bad indeed. Okay, we will draw a card and my turn. Okay. Yeah, I will have to discard a card. Right, Mark of Grizzlebrand. We need to figure out how this works. Oh, yeah, we would like to draw a significant number of cards. That sounds rather good. Let's crew that with a pilot. So it is now a creature. He is tapped out. Mark of Grizzlebrand. Equip. Oh, that's when he dies. Okay, he's getting bounced. Still, 3 life points. Seems pretty good. Oh yeah, it bounces off as well. Yeah, pilot goes away. Discard a card. He knows I've got an Assassin's Ink. I don't think Wedding Announcement's much good here, so we'll get rid of that, actually. Although, of course, that was the my only source of more creatures. Might be a bit... Oh, this is probably very bad. Yeah, okay, Herd Migration. That's the green rare. 3/3 beasts. So... yeah, just concede there. I think that's done. Okay, excuse me just for a second. Right, okay, I found it. Right, 2 lander, let's keep. Counter spell. Oh, okay. Yeah, guess I can knife. So when it dies, I can get a swamp. Play a Getaway Car now. To Shizuki, so he's going to draw a card of that.
With the right tools. Now, what do we
So you can see the problem with vehicles and equipment. You draw them instead of creatures sometimes. Sometimes your only creature gets killed, and then you're in a bad situation. We do have Takenuma, so I think that is our plan. We could, I mean, we could blow up to lose here. And give him a swamp. He doesn't seem to have any problems with mana. So it doesn't matter if we give him an extra swamp too much. Might matter what life total. You can discard that swamp now, of course. Oh, Containment Construct. I love this card.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
I've played this guy a lot. It's not a high pressure card, so it doesn't fill me with dread or anything. So I'm going to play a Spirited Companion. See if we can get away with that. Cut down, and we will do that. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll get a chance to be bounced, but we can't have everything. May as well put 4 damage into Kato.
Fine. I'll find another way.
Now I think... Oh yeah, we could... got Assassin's Ink, so I could have just popped Kato. I don't know what I'm thinking of. I think... Tell you what, we will just hold Assassin's Ink for a bit. We're going to hold it for a bigger threat that's going to hit the board later. That's the idea. No, this was a bad idea. Okay, yeah, because that's just a recursive threat like that one is a bit of a disaster. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is obviously not what you should do, but we've got to stop one of his sources of recursive card draw. Let's touch the Spirit Realm as well on the underdog. We'll play our mask. May as well. Sure, Siphon Insight. Oh, he's got a Virus Beetle. Oh no, there goes my Takenuma. Damn it. Oh, good. Virus Beetle. Can he play it this turn? No, I don't think he has the mana to play that this turn. Okay, there's definitely a sequence of things to do here. Right. Getaway Car does that. Mask of Grizzlebrand goes on the Getaway Car. It swings in. We bounce the Virus Beetle, but we don't have the mana to replay the Virus Beetle, unfortunately. But still, we gain 4 life. That's not bad. Right, so I guess we will try this this ploy again. It's getting counterspelled. Okay. Some serious containment construct beatdown here. Getaway Car with the Beetle. Mask of Grizzlebrand, the Getaway Car. Oh, he's got Infernal Grasp. Ah. Well, that's torn it. Never mind. It's the problem with coming up against instant removal. That is going to beat Mask of Grizzlebrand, sadly. Yeah, that's definitely a nice bit of draw and discard. Personally, I favour the modern age with Containment Construct. So we can go to Artichantments. Okay, Ominous Parcel. So that's going to be a 5 mana, sorry, a 6 mana removal spell. Right, let's equip the Beetle. And he's got instant speed removal. Beautiful. Again. Well, he did do some card draw, so I can't complain. So I feel this is not enough now to buy me another turn, unfortunately, the Ominous Parcel. Meat Hook Massacre, and he can just finish me off with that, yeah. Very cool to see another Containment Construct deck, though, I have to say. That makes me happy. I think, yeah, I'm not doing great, but I'm having fun. I'm trying out some new cards. I think we carry on. I'm going to do one more game with this deck. We've only had 2 wins so far. Yeah, so there is a little creature problem that we saw there. That I think maybe that's something you will run into. No, absolutely no problem with creatures in this hand. Okay, up against the Enchantments again. Michiko's Reign of Truth. Okey-doke. This is probably a good one to end on. Dueling Michikos. It does have the advantage of the Jukai Naturalist making it cheaper. Now we've top decked a land, so I think we'll go right into his cards and start making him discard things. Good. Good to see that one of those go away. Weaver of Harmony. Oh yeah, these with this. Oh yuck. Yeah. It's a nice one. So, and this is where we'd quite like to see some kind of removal. We'll play a Wedding Announcement to get a blocker, and get it cooking. Circuit Mender is also another good play because it can block a 2/2. It can draw a card. We'll probably do that later. And yeah, he can tap Weaver of Harmony to do that. Is he the kind of jerk who plays instant speed protection spells on his creatures? Because I would like to trade off with the Weaver of Harmony and take 6 from this. I think he is that kind of jerk. I'm just going to chump block there and take 2. Circle of Confinement on the Beetle. Okay. Right. He's got 3 cards left. We'll hit you with another Virus Beetle. There goes a removal card. Very, very happy to see that disappear. This will be a pretty hefty creature, I think 4/4. 5/5, my mistake. Yeah, he had another removal card in his hand, so he's discarded 1. And he's, yeah, it gets the old Weaver of Harmony double for removal, which is always nice. And yeah, we'll take 3. We won't chump block there. Now we can touch the Spirit Realm. No, we can't. No, we can't. Yes, this is the drawback. It only gets rid of artifacts and creatures, which is a bit of a disaster. Okay, this is where we've just decided we're never playing Touch the Spirit Realm again. There's too many enchantment decks. Right. So, right. It's looking like Spirit Companion. Spirited Companion. So, we definitely play that. We draw a card, and then we decide what to do. Take out a 6/6. Get another chump blocker. This gains me some life. Draws a card if it dies, so we quite like that. Wedding Announcement gives me, yeah, they're actually going to get up to 2/2. We'll touch the Spirit Realm just to kill that. Let's get this another Wedding Announcement cooking. That is my feeling. And it's okay to just chump block with one of them, I would say. Another Michiko. So we'll have to chump that one. Operating quite well. So it's 15/15. It's going to get quite a big bunch of life. Now, yeah, we have to chump block here, and we have to chump block here. That is the deal. Love to quadruple block here, but that's not realistic. Right. Then a little bit of life. Okay. Right, I think a plains is good. We're getting another chump blocker from Wedding Announcement. This only gets rid of creatures. So he has a big creature there, which might be good to get rid of. So I think, in fact, yes, we will do that. This is making his stuff cheaper as well. But we don't really care if he's getting a bunch of life. We'll get rid of that. And we'll do the Circuit Mender, gain a couple of life points. It's a hefty 3/4 as well. We could attack and gain a card. Do we want the chump blocker? Maybe we need the chump blocker. Gain another 13 life. See if he's got removal for that as well. Okay, sure, why not? If I pay 7, I can sacrifice this guy. Okay, yeah, so jump block there. Okie dokie. So it's going to get another big creature. Let's count the removal here. So he's down 3. Sorry, down 4 because he's using hold for ransom of all things. Virus Beetle. Because it's probably not a land he's holding on to. Unless he's being really cagey. He thinks, I only need 2 land. Oh, right. Yeah, he's got the cami in there. Yeah. Okay, if we attack, we can draw a card, and I think we've run out of momentum. I think I would love another card. Get him down to 59 life as well. And we even have an Eiganjo. If I use it on an enchantment creature, the only problem is he gets the Kami. Okay. Well, Virus Beetle blocks that. It's a 3/3. Eiganjo Seat of Empire kills that. Gets the Kami back. But now I've got my Michiko. We'd play, yeah, definitely play. We can't sacrifice that guy yet. Play Blade of Oni first. Chico swings in for a lot of damage here. But we'll block with a human, I guess. Interesting. He's gonna really? No? Yeah, you've got 59 life. And you can afford to spend a bit of life. Okay, another naturalist. I'd have gone for the Kami first. Now 7 damage. Can I take 7? Or do I want to trade off and kill a Michiko? He can swing for... I'm gonna... yeah, I'll take a risk. I'll take 7. Now Blade of the Oni is gonna have Menace. And that's gonna swing in. Go on, double block. It's called Menace. Yeah. We'll play the planes because we've got to use our Circuit Mender. Right, end turn. Now we... yeah, we're in an iffy situation here, actually. Yeah, if he just needs 1 more removal, and then he... oh, he's going to attack... he's going to take that out. He's got... oh, he's got Weaver of Harmony. That's a good point, yeah. So that's both of them gone. Chomp there. Yeah, I tell you what, didn't realise that was a sorcery speed thing. That's not good. Oh well. Okay, right. I didn't realise how that card worked. I thought, oh, I sacrifice my creature and I get a card. No, he gets a card. How does he draw a card from that? Okay, well, that's fine. Let's hold the land. No attacks. Right. There's the Cami. Can draw another card off the companion if you want. Yeah. That's a double block then. Okay, that is that. Right. Okay, that was cool. We tried out a few cards. We didn't see a lot of tribute to Hirobi, so I will continue trying out that card, I think. That's an illustration of why removal is very important in this version of Standard. Yeah, we only got a couple of wins, actually. But that was, yeah, I enjoyed myself. That was quite fun. I think I'd quite like to look at the deck briefly. Maybe just for 2 minutes. Yeah, interesting. That was an enchantment deck that didn't have any generous visitors at all. Didn't bother with them. Yeah, just more removal, all the removal cards. So, what did we see in that game? We tried to touch the Spirit Realm, and I got a reminder of why I don't use this card. It only targets artifacts or creatures, so you can't take out your opponent's enchantments that have taken away your creatures, which is what you absolutely need against that enchantment deck. Circle of Confinement only hits creatures as well, so you need the 3 mana one, whose name escapes me. Borrowed Time. Borrowed Time is the daddy, I think. Definitely the best one. But if I've decided we're an aggro deck with Michiko's Reign of Truth, do we play Borrowed Time? I think, yeah, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Yeah, I mean, the question is, are we getting much? What value are we getting from playing Artichantments and artifacts? It means we can play Virus Beetles. Bankbuster, maybe. Maybe it's more the artifact gives you, because they're all artifacts seem to be mana sinks. You can't really get away from a mid-rangey strategy that's quite mana intensive. But I'm thinking of what's come to mind is Blood Fountain. Also, that is mana intensive, but this one gives you a blood token, so it's like it's 1 mana and it gives you 2 boosts. It gives to your Michiko a buff. So yeah, it's a trash maker. So maybe that's the advantage of artifacts. You can have cheap trash makers. And yeah, if you get to late game, you're getting 2 creature cards back. The only drawback: how many creature cards are we actually playing? Not that many at the moment. It's 12 creatures. Yeah, that's really low, and 8 sagas. So yeah, this is where we are running a bit short, running a bit low on creatures. This is a creature though, I suppose, as well. The Crowbar. And also, this destroys target artifact or enchantment. So, you perhaps you main deck 4 of these against your against the enchantment deck. Maybe it's fine to do that. We didn't see much from Ominous Parcel. I'm not sure about these artifact removal cards. You got to see Mask of Grizzlebrand, and we got to see it. See the creature get blown up instantly as I was trying to equip it. So realistically that's what's going to happen a lot. That's why probably no one plays this card. You only see it maybe in draft games, but I feel like it's a nice idea. And we tried the Getaway Car, and it's definitely quite interesting. What I was hoping to do with Touch the Spirit Realm was do the channel effect, exile a creature to protect it, and also get another enter the board trigger. Anyway, so that's a video. So thanks for watching.